Hello once again everyone, and as this title suggests, I'm just going over a basic Rodellero kit ahead of our Pike and Shot scenario at Yeehaw this year. So, for those of you that are interested in not carrying a long pike and want to be a little bit braver and or you have some of these pieces lying around, let's talk about what a Rodellero is. So, within the pike formation there will be a designated cadre of swordsmen. They're expected to be wearing essentially what I'm wearing and also to follow certain conventions. We're not going to have anyone go crazy. But basically, if you want to be a swordsman, what are you looking to carry? So, I have a simple brig, which doesn't really limit me. A breastplate would also do just fine, as long as it's a later-ish period breastplate, just for sake of aesthetics. I've obviously got my Rodellero, my Rodella, or also my Targe would do just fine. A light glove can be worn on the inside, but I do still want you wearing forearm and elbow, just in case something goes wrong. I'm wearing a historical jacket because it fits with my brig better. But a modern Spez Gamison will do just fine if you can wear one of those. Heavy on the lead hand, sword of some description, a saber, an arming sword, anything really will do. Again, once you get in and amongst them, you're mostly going to be thrusting or cutting at legs or bare heads. That's going to be pretty much it. We'll talk more about that again in a second. I've got my Bergonet on, Morians, any sort of steel helmet is a good idea, but you really do want a helmet as a Rodellero. And I've got, of course, my removable faceplate so I can actually make the sparring safe. Probably the biggest thing, steel greaves if you can. Now, I'm not super bent out of shape if you can't get them, but every single depiction of these swordsmen, they tend to have steel greaves. Make sure there's something that fits you relatively well and that you can actually move and run in if you need to, because it's all about speed. With these ones in particular, I'm also wearing modern knee protection instead of trying to do steel, knee, and shin. That's partially just because of the stuff I have, but also I find that that can get a little more finicky, and just having those greaves slapped on with something protecting your kneecap is really all you need, and you do need something protecting that kneecap, so make sure you've got that. But all this together means that I'm pretty well armored as I come forward against those pikes, or against my fellow swordsmen, or against anything else along those lines. Now, like I mentioned, when it comes to once you get into that press, and I'll be talking about this more probably in another video coming up, most people are going to be in some form of gamison, which under Yeehaw rules still makes you immune to one-handed cuts. So I don't want to see people get in there and just start waving away and doing whatever. I want you to take your time, get past those pikes, look for thrusts. If you're going to cut, make sure you're cutting nicely at heads, or if you're going to cut at legs, again, make sure you're relatively nice about it. Once you're up close, you really do have a lot more time than it seems. And if you run into your fellow swordsmen, then you're going to be really, really glad you brought greaves and things along those lines. So, that's a basic overview of a Yeehaw legal Rodellero kit. And I'm not expecting everyone to go for this again. Pikemen first, then Rodelleros for people that can build something like this. I really want my Rotella users to look like good Rotella users and to do some good training. So if you don't fight with Sword and Shield regularly, don't even worry about this. But if you do, and you can put this together, then boy do I have a job for you. Otherwise though, thank you all very, very much for watching. We'll go over some other gear setups another time.